Yo, what's good, fam? Today we're diving into a hot topic that's been on everyone's mind lately. Why don't star players want to roll with the king, LeBron James? You think hooping with one of the GOATs would be a no-brainer, right? But nah, some of the biggest names in the game have straight up curved the chance to run with LeBron, even with the bright lights of LA calling. We're talking about cats like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, DeMar DeRozan, and Klay Thompson, all deciding to do their own thing instead of teaming up with Bron. So what's really going on? Let's break it down. First off, let's talk about the Lakers. We're talking about one of the most legendary franchises in NBA history. Right in the heart of Los Angeles, a city that's got it all. Sunny weather, Hollywood vibes, and a win culture. For years, LA was a spot every top free agent had their eyes on. You throw LeBron James into the mix, and it should be game over. The best players should be lining up to join. But that's not what's happening. Instead, we've seen big-time players pass on a chance to rock that purple and gold alongside LeBron. Kawhi Leonard, who's from Cali, chose the Clippers over the Lakers. Paul George stayed with OKC, then joined the Clippers before landing with the Sixers. DeMar DeRozan, who was in talks with the Lakers, ended up signing with the Sacramento Kings. And Klay Thompson, he just inked a deal with the Mavericks, not even thinking twice about LA. So what's really good? It's gotta be more than just the team or the market, right? So here's the real deal. When you play with LeBron, you already know what's up. You're taking a back seat. No questions asked. LeBron is the guy, and when you're on his squad, you're expected to play your role around him. It's his show, his world. You're just part of it. For a lot of these top dogs, they're just not the move. They used to being the man, and playing second fiddle ain't in their DNA. Think about it. Kawhi is a killer. He wants to be the one taking the last shot, the one who the team leans on. Same goes for PG, Klay, and even DeMar. These are players who are used to having a rock in their hands, making the big plays, and getting all the shine. But with LeBron, you're not getting that same spotlight. And for a lot of stars, it's a tough pill to swallow. And that's just the beginning. Let's talk about the pressure. Hooping with LeBron comes with a whole different type of pressure. This ain't just your regular NBA pressure. This is on a whole nother level. The media's all over it. Fans expect nothing less than a chip. And there's always those comparisons to all-time greats. If you're a star running with LeBron, the spotlight is super bright and not always the way you want it. Here's the kicker. When the squad wins, it's LeBron led them to victory. But when they take an L, the narrative flips. Why didn't the other dude step up? All the props go to LeBron when things are good, but when it goes south, the blame lands squarely on his teammates. That's a heavy load to carry, especially when you're used to being the main attraction. And that's not all. Playing with Bron on the court is a whole different challenge. LeBron's one of the most ball-dominant players we've ever seen. He's the engine that makes the offense go, controlling the tempo, making the plays, and running the show. That's what makes him great. But it also makes it tough for other stars to get theirs. Think about it. Most stars need the ball in their hands to be effective. They're used to creating their own shots, controlling the flow, and being the primary option. But when you're playing with LeBron, you might find yourself just standing around, watching him run the offense, only to get the rock with a few seconds left on the shot clock. It's a tough spot to be in, and it can mess with your rhythm. You go from being the star of the show to just another supporting actor in LeBron's movie. And for some players, that's just not the vibe they're looking for. Here's another angle. Playing with LeBron can straight up overshadow your own brand. LeBron's star shines so bright that it can dim anyone else on the team. Even if you're a rising star, next to LeBron, you're often seen as a sidekick. That can seriously mess with your career, especially when it comes to building your own legacy. Take Kevin Love, for example. Before he linked up with LeBron in Cleveland, Love was putting up ridiculous numbers. 26 points, 12 boards a game. He was a beast. He was kind of like a Nikola Jokic before Jokic even hit the scene. But after joining LeBron, Love had to switch up the game, become the third option. His stats took a hit, and he never really got back to that all-star level he had been playing at in Minnesota. His whole career trajectory changed after he teamed up with LeBron. Then there's Chris Bosh. In Toronto, Bosh was a straight up monster, averaging 24 and 10, dominating the paint, and being the number one option. But when he joined LeBron in Miami, he had to completely change his role. Bosh became more of a spot-up shooter, less of a focal point. He never returned to that dominant form from his Toronto days and eventually had to retire early due to health issues. His career, once on a Hall of Fame trajectory, took a different turn after linking up with LeBron. And then there's D. Wade. Now, Wade was already a legend in Miami before LeBron even touched down. He had a ring, a Finals MVP, and was running the East as one of the most lethal players in the league. Wade was on track to be mentioned among the all-time greats, a straight-up Hall of Famer who could carry a team on his back. But when LeBron came through, Wade made a sacrifice that most players wouldn't even consider. He took a step back. Wade let LeBron take over as the primary option, knowing full well it would change how people saw him. And yeah, they ended up winning multiple championships, and Wade still balled out, but the convo around him shifted. He went from being seen as one of those guys that could have been one of the top 5 players ever to just being LeBron's co-star. Even though Wade maintained his superstar status and got mad respect for his sacrifices, his trajectory wasn't what it could have been if he had stayed the man in Miami. The way he played before LeBron had him in those all-time great conversations, but after, he became known as the ultimate teammate. Still great, but in a different light. Wade's story is a mix of sacrifice, success, and what could have been. He's still a legend, no doubt, but the narrative changed once he let LeBron take the wheel. Now, Kyrie Irving might be the one dude who flipped the script on this pattern. He's the one star who teamed up with LeBron and still managed to elevate his career. That just goes to show you how special Kyrie's skill set is. His handles, his shot making, his ability to hit clutch shots. Yeah, they let him thrive alongside LeBron without getting lost in the shuffle. But even Kyrie eventually wanted out. After winning a chip together and hitting one of the coldest shots in NBA history, Kyrie bounced. He wanted to be the man, to have his own squad, not spend his prime years playing Robin to LeBron's Batman. It's a testament to how tough it is to shine when you're in LeBron's orbit, even for a player as talented as Kyrie. So what's the real issue here? It might just be that LeBron's star shines too bright. His gravitational pull is so strong that it's tough for other stars to exist in the same space without getting overshadowed. When you're running with LeBron, everything revolves around him, and that's not easy for other elite players to deal with. If LeBron were willing to take a step back, maybe more stars would be down to join forces. But here's the thing, LeBron's legacy won't allow that. He's always in the GOAT conversation, constantly being compared to the likes of MJ, Magic, Kobe. That pressure drives him to dominate at all times and stay in control because he knows every single move he makes is under the microscope. There's no room for LeBron to chill in the background because his legacy demands that he stay front and center. But here's the flip side. This same legacy might be what's keeping him from attracting another superstar to help him chase those last few rings. And here's where it gets real. LeBron's clock is ticking. If he wants to lock down that GOAT status, he knows he needs 1 or 2 more rings. But with every season that passes, the window gets smaller. The need for some serious help grows bigger. The problem is, it's looking less and less likely that he'll be able to pull in the kind of superstar talent he needs to get those chips. The crazy thing is, the very qualities that made LeBron the king might be the same ones making it hard for other stars to vie with him. The pressure, spotlight, the ball dominance, all part of LeBron package. And unless something changes, he might have to chase those last rings solo and no other superstar by his side. For LeBron, the challenge now isn't just about keeping the body right or refining his game. It's about figuring how to coexist with others who can help him finish his story the way he wants. He's always been the brightest star, but sometimes that shine can make it tough for others to glow alongside him. As he heads into the twilight of his career, LeBron's got some tough decisions to make. Can he let someone else share the spotlight? Or is he too deep in the role of being the man? If he wants to stack up those final rings, he might need to rethink his approach. But if he stays on the same path, he might find himself alone in the chase, with only his past achievements to hold on to. LeBron's legacy is already cemented. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. But the final chapter of his story is still being written. And how he navigates his next phase will define how we remember him. Will he adapt and find the right mix to win more championships? Or will his quest for greatness leave him standing solo at the top, with no one else to share the glory? No matter what happens, LeBron's story is already legendary. It's a tale of dominance, sacrifice, and the price of being the best. And as the world watches to see how the King's reign will conclude, one thing is for sure. This is one of the most fascinating sagas in NBA history. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. If you rock with this video, make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and drop a comment below on why you think stars might be hesitant to team up with LeBron. Do you vibe with what I'm saying? Or you got a different take? Let's chop it up in the comments. And as always, stay locked in for more deep dives into the game we all love. Until next time, peace.